And welcome to our webinar with YUF and the Assisted Mobile App about studying medicine in Germany, Europe. You're warmly welcome to the session. My name is Gisa and I'm going to guide you through this interesting topic today. I will talk for approximately 30 minutes and the presentation has 3 sections. One introduction to our excellent tool, the YUF Your Unifinder. Then we'll go specifically into the details about the options of studying medicine in Germany and Europe. And last but not least, in the third part, I'll explain to you the features of our assisted mobile app for students. After that, I'll be able to take questions. We have 1 hour almost, so there will be enough room for questions after my presentation. I'm not going to be able to answer questions in the chat and talk in the same time, but my tech team is also available. So if you have technical questions concerning the download, which we cordially invite you to, you can always chat with them and ask your questions. So myself, told you already, my name is Gisa Heim, and I hold an MSc in Higher Education and Science Management. I'm specialized in the German and European higher education sector since over 15 years. I'm a senior expert in the Your Unifinder team, and I'm based in Berlin, Germany. Very happy to talk to you today, of course. First of all, I should maybe convince you that it's a very good idea to study in Europe. Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and more countries. Unlike other European countries, these countries do not distinguish between local and international students when it comes to education and tuition fees. Countries like Germany, Switzerland, Austria, but also Italy offer scholarships to students based on their financial background as well as on their educational acumen. There are hundreds of different types of scholarships available with most institutions. And the important thing, in these countries, you as international student do not pay tuition fees. In Germany, we have low or no tuition fees at public university for domestic and for international students. So it's a paradise to study here. We have hundreds of top-ranked universities, affordable living costs, although they are rising, but still, lots of study programs taught in English, great job opportunities for international students and graduates, and high chances of settling after completing education. We offer internationally recognized degrees at our universities, and you can travel to all of Europe on a student visa. Finally, you will become part of a diverse community. Now let's move to our neighboring countries, Austria and Switzerland. Austria offers highly specialized study programs in English language to international students. The quality of life is high in Austria, and there is a high level of social security. Universities promote student participation in sports, for example, winter sports, and recreational activities. It is known to be one of the most livable countries in Europe, and it's quite an affordable study destination in terms of living costs. The neighboring country of Switzerland is known as one of the safest countries in the world. It offers excellent study programs at affordable costs to international students. While the Swiss do not charge tuition fees from international students, you must note that the living expenses and the living costs are a lot higher in Switzerland than they are in Germany or Austria. Sharing its borders with 5 other countries, it is a traveler's paradise. And Swiss scientists are held in high demand all over the world. The country has a penchant for efficiency, which is well reflected in its transportation and all public access systems. The geography of the country is as diverse as its people. They have 4 official languages: Italian, German, French, and Romanian. So it's quite a cosmopolitan small country with lots of potential. These were only 3 of the countries of the many that I could introduce to you that differ between languages, study offers, and so on. And of course, we know that you face a lot of challenges when you decide to study abroad because you think, yeah, how can I find the right program for me, and where and how do I submit my applications? Do I really get the best option? What are the documents required? And where can I get my attestations done? What are the next steps to take before I can start to study abroad? And what kinds of questions will I be asked in the visa interview? And many, many more questions. So the good news is that we are there to assist you. Who we are? We are a professional recruitment and higher education consulting team with years of experience in recruitment for the European and worldwide higher education sector. We have experience not just in recruitment, but also in visa processing, accommodation assistance, and scholarships. We are committed to providing you assistance from start to end in every aspect of your university admission: application submission, coordination of the process with the university, visa support, accommodation, projects, and many more aspects. Now, how do we do this? We develop for you what we call the perfect triangle: predict, support, succeed. We predict the admission probability with our unique artificial intelligence-based app Assisted, relying on data from previously admitted students from 500 plus universities. We support by personal guidance by our expert teams through the jungle of application to universities that offer scholarships and free education. Then succeed and enroll in one of Europe's excellent academic environments and benefit from high quality higher education with accredited world-class universities, top quality living conditions, and very positive prospects for your future career and life. Now a little more about our perfect triangle. What about this prediction? We take we take information from past data in our vast database and compare your profile with the variables to find a match, which helps us predict your admission chances with ease. YUF structures the available information for you in clear lists where you can easily get an overview, compare, mark, and manage your favorite options. Directly ask us to assist you with your application. In a second step, we suggest options to you with a high individual chance of admission to a university that exactly matches your profile. No other platform or agency is able to offer this service to you. How do we support you? Our artificial intelligence-based powered system ensures that you will find the probability of admission to your chosen universities with minimum effort. You get access to our panel of assisted experts who provide end-to-end support for all of your application activities. Don't miss out on important deadlines, information, or know-how relevant to the admission process. Succeed and get admission to one of your top choice universities. Get assistance on visa support activities like visa submission documents, interview questions, and so on. We assist you in getting all the information you need on accommodation facilities in your host country. It doesn't stop there. We even help you find quality project and internship opportunities with top institutions and companies in Europe. If you like, you can become part of our network once you're admitted to the university. You consult fellow students about your key to success and keep in touch with us to become part of our community. Just a very short wrap-up of the process for your Unifinder YUF. You choose your country and choose your courses. And we predict your admission probability. And then you make your decision. Okay, the algorithm recommends me to apply here, here, here. I have good chances, and I'm going to apply on my own. The other way is to decide, okay, I'll opt in and I'll apply via YUF because I have the best chances not to miss any deadlines, to miss out on any documents, and so on. So this is what you can do, and then we help you directly and make sure that your application reaches the university of your dreams in time, completely beautifully. You get admission, and then you can opt in or opt out to our services to prepare your study visa, accommodation, our student network, and so forth. So all of this is possible with the YUF feature of the assisted mobile app. Okay, very, very small gap just for me to have a bit of coffee. And now comes our special focus on studying medicine in Germany and Europe. Now, studying medicine is not anything. It's something very special, and it's a very far-taking and very serious decision. What makes a good doctor? There are certain key qualities that make a good medical student and ultimately a good medical doctor. If you're deciding on medicine, it helps you possess the following traits: academic excellence, strong scientific ability, commitment and tenacity, organizational skills, people skills like empathy, because you want to deal with sick patients, communication skills, ability to work in a team, leadership potential, stress management, and of course the desire to learn and maybe also to teach. So if you think you're the right candidate, there is an option, of course, to consider studying medicine in Europe. In general, at the European universities that we have in our portfolio, there are world-recognized degrees which will open to you a variety of career opportunities, either in your home country or in other countries. The universities are approved by major organizations like WHO and enlisted with the General Medical Council. Admission process can, to be honest, be quite a challenge, but can be managed hassle-free as there is an abundance of opportunities, especially in Eastern Europe. Often there are no entrance exams. European modern medical facilities use top-notch technology, rich libraries, fully equipped laboratories. Medical universities have a large number of affiliated hospitals, which gives extensive exposure and experience for the student. Now, the tuition fees in most European countries, especially states of the East, are significantly, really significantly lower than in the UK or the US. For example, you can find a medical university in the Czech Republic or Slovakia, a very, very good one, that charges 10,000 euros per year, or one that will cost you 6,000 euros per year in Romania. The cost of living in the European states is affordable, especially in countries from the East, where your living expenses will hardly ever exceed 500 to 600 euro per month, where it is around 900 in Germany, and in the US and in the UK it can be a lot higher. The perspective. The courses prepare the students to clear the competitive exams like NEXT in India, USMLE in the US, and many more. Numerous options available for postgraduate or clinical residency programs. And of course, in every European country, you will be so welcome to stay back and practice as a medical doctor in the country where you studied. But of course, this is not a brain drain session. We, of course, want you to go back to your home countries after studying medicine in Europe and be available for the medical sector there. There are various preparatory programs that will enhance your chances to get into a medical school. Med schools are famous for being competitive and only accepting the best, so you'll want to be well prepared with the Pre-Med Foundation program. Small classes guarantee personal attention. Courses prepare students for all the medical schools in Europe, and the programs are designed to fit the demands for medical faculties in the respective countries and therefore include a large amount of academic material that will help students in their first preclinical years of school. A meticulous and high level of didactic instruction is guaranteed. So now concerning the entry requirements. What are the entry requirements for studying medicine in Europe? Entry requirements will always vary according to the university. The most common admission requirements for studying medicine in Europe are high school diploma or the equivalent certificate in your country's high school system, satisfactory or good or better grades in chemistry and biology and or physics and math, a simple online interview to check your motivation for choosing medicine as your vocation. You must of course have a passport, and admission fees can range from 20 to 200 euros and above. Some universities require entry fees upon acceptance to make sure that the seat will take it. And again, my or our team has a huge experience in admitting or getting admissions for students to the different medical schools in Europe, especially in the European East. So if you are in the process of applying or of thinking about doing a foundation year or something like that, please do make sure that you contact us via the app or via the website, because these ladies and gentlemen have a lot of experience to guide you through the jungle of different possibilities. We have here listed some top universities for medicine in Europe, some of them private, some of them public. I'm not going to read out all of them for you, but you can see we listed in Germany, in the Czech Republic, in Slovenia, in Hungary, in Italy, Lithuania and Latvia, Poland and Croatia. These countries vary a bit. You can find medical instruction in English. You will have to pay for medical instruction in English. Let me go to the next slide. Yeah, a few more facts. In Germany, medical education will be mostly taught in German. If it is taught in German, it will be in most cases free of tuition fees. Be prepared to visit the Studienkolleg 1 year preparatory course before starting to study. And in order to get into the Studienkolleg, you need a B2 level of German already. So you can start to learn this in your home country. So actually there is, if you're willing to do that, there is a way in Austria, Switzerland, Germany to study for free, study medicine for free, if you learn German. You can also find medical education in German taught in English, but there will be tuition fees. If you want to study medicine in Europe in English, please carefully browse the offers, especially in the Eastern European countries. There are a lot of programs on offer, as we said, with affordable tuition fees. If you are not finding or not getting admission to exactly a medical program, then be prepared to look left and right for suitable study programs to broaden your options. Pharmacy, maybe biotechnology, biochemistry, all of these fields could lead to a profession in the medical field in the farthest sense. So I think with this, you're well prepared to get started and to look for your options. And if you like, you can use our fantastic tool, the assisted mobile app, for that, as there are some features for medicine that differ and go a little bit beyond the scope of what you can look for with artificial intelligence. It's recommended that you also use the expert feature. It's for free, and that you contact our sorry, that you contact our back-end team, ask them questions anytime. They are very, very happy to guide you to your medical studies spot in Europe. So now comes a very short last part, the jingle for what we hope to be the world's #1 mobile app for international higher education in Europe, the Assisted Mobile App, which is a lot more than just another student app. The app connects students who are looking to study overseas for the higher education, and they can use the app for searching and applying to top universities, getting virtual counseling, participate in discussion forums, get information and support for visa processing, projects, and accommodation. Educational experts can get access to an active student community and guide them for their higher education needs. They can even conduct online counseling and events to promote their services or participate in forum discussions and more. Educators can register their universities here and promote their study programs to a diversified student community. They can post news and events on upcoming programs or new accreditations received to attract more students to their institute, and even more with the assisted mobile app. That, if the students are listening, doesn't mean that we, via the assisted mobile app team, connect you only to universities that are registered in the app. It's not like that. We collect data and options from universities all over the world, so they don't need to actively participate or register in order to be offered on the assisted mobile app. The process flow is quite easy, so you download the app, you are really cordially invited. It's available for iOS and Android formats and can be downloaded from the App or Google Play Store. Then you create your profile, please, a serious profile, attractive but serious, with all your information, academic information that will supplement your search to enable us to find the best matching study program for you. You can search through a wide range of university options using multiple filters to find your best choice. You can join virtual events, read up on news and articles, and search for good housing options. And of course, share the app with your peers if you find it useful and you maybe want to go together with your friends or relatives to Europe to study here. Our search engine is the core part of the app and is a very, very good one, I find. You can search for universities and get all the details on their study programs. You can filter your search based on country study programs, but also on the question, do I need an IELTS test? Are there tuition fees? And many more things. And if you're confused between two or more schools, then you can simply use the compare feature to evaluate them on different parameters to choose the best. And it's very difficult to find this or to be able to do this if you're looking for universities in different countries, right? So you might be able to do this on a German website, but to compare German with Dutch, Austrian, and Italian options will be quite difficult. So this is what we can offer you. With complete and up-to-date university information, we have a very, very agile back-end team that fills the information every day. Exactly, I told you there are events, there is the housing feature, there is the possibility to connect to our Europe's #1 practice and internship portal Praxis, with the exposure to an international work environment during your studies. So this is something that exclusively comes after the studies or after being admitted to the studies, let's say. And you can also get in touch with an agent near you in case you would like to talk personally to someone. The assistant experts that you find and can meet in our backend panel are real people, but use online services, because we believe it's now essential to have virtual options for communication in higher education. And with the assisted expert feature, you get the opportunity to connect with an international education expert with years of experience and knowledge in the European higher education sector, who can guide you in each and every aspect of your European university admission process. We expect a huge number of students for this first year that we are in the market with the assisted mobile app. The student community that will be connected through various partnered websites and platforms guarantees a very impressive number of users for the app, with still enough spots to study for you. With the free availability coupled with a diverse set of features showcased here, makes the app an assured option for every international education pursuing student. Now, a word on scholarships, ladies and gentlemen. Scholarships in the form of full or partial tuition fee waivers are the most common international scholarships offered by universities and are usually in the academic category. Tuition fee scholarships are the next best thing to fully funded scholarships, in a sense that a good portion of your study cost is already covered. With the assisted mobile app, you can browse through the wide range of scholarship options available for different countries and locate the option that best suits your profile. Additionally, you can choose to talk to our assisted experts who are fully equipped to guide you through the procedures. Just one little thing to remember: if you need a scholarship, a full scholarship for living expenses, this will be difficult to find if you are still in the beginning of your studies. It's much easier to find it for master students, and it will always require a second application. So one application will always be for the university admission and one for the scholarship grant. Okay. For our accommodation feature, again, you find this, we like triangles. We connect accommodation providers, you as accommodation seeking students, and experts who can guide you and tell you, okay, yeah, if you go, for example, to this city, please stay in this area because it's safe or because it's close to the campus. Exactly. So this should be what you can do and find out via us, because it takes off the need of you to browse for hours on websites that might not be serious or might not have that many offers. For the visa support feature, whether for higher education or internships, the Assisted mobile app offers services to all your visa related requirements from A to Z. Get all the information from visa procedures to documents, interviews, and more. Talk to our experts virtually and get step-by-step assistance about questions like which type of visa do I actually need? How can I apply and where should I apply? What are the documents needed? How can I crack the visa interview? And are there insurances needed? And which are the insurances that I need to show the guys from the embassy in order to get a visa? All of these questions, maybe, sorry, just one more remark concerning the visa support. We can help you, but only if you have an invitation. So if you have an invitation letter or an internship contract or whatsoever, an admission letter from the university, so that you have a good reason to get a visa for your European destination, that's fine, we can help you. What we cannot do is get invitation letters or work contracts for you. But I think nobody would expect that anyways. Okay. Closing the circle to the first part of the session. YUF Your Unifinder offers an artificial intelligence powered system that ensures that you do not wonder about the possibilities of admission, but get a definite picture as to which specific universities you are eligible and how you can proceed with the admission process. We predict and analyze the data of next to 500 higher education institutions to predict to which universities you are likely to be admitted with your personal qualification record. YEF supports you throughout the application process and makes sure that your application reaches the university of your choice. Succeed and with YUF enroll in one of Europe's excellent academic environments and benefit from the high quality higher education, living conditions, and very positive prospects on your future career and life. Thank you very much for listening. This is where you find us. My esteemed colleagues already shared these links with you on the chat. I believe you know our website because you're here, which is excellent. Share the app with your friends and your peers if you like to maybe be in a bigger group to go to study in Europe or find your way together. This is an excellent idea normally. Okay, and then we have these possibilities for you to download the Assisted mobile app. YUF that I introduced to you is actually a feature of the Assisted mobile app that you'll find once you log in. To create your profile and will help you find the most interesting options for you in studying medicine, but also other disciplines if you're interested. I see first questions, so I'll have a final sip of coffee before I ask my tech team to start the Q&A session. And we'll have enough time. Some questions might be very specific, and I might need more information in order to check whether this is possible or not, or what would be the right option. Thank you very much for your understanding that I can't answer these very, very detailed questions, possibly because it needs double checking, it needs more information, but you can always send an email to the team or simply download the app register and contact us via the Assisted Expert backend channel. Okay, Pearl, you're asking if there is an entrance exam. Yes, there might be entrance exams at certain universities, and some might accept students without entrance exam. But I believe that 80 to 85% of the universities do issue entrance exams, just in order to make sure um, that you don't lose your money. Exactly. So if you are a little bit, have a little orientation about which country you would like to imagine to go to, what your budget is, then my tech team, my back-end panel experts can check with you which universities would be open, would have admission without entrance exams. And let me know the lowest tuition fee for medicine in European country. Also, any scholarships available. Um, hmm, okay, the lowest tuition fee is definitely in Germany and Austria because it's zero if you study medicine in German. So if you invest into the knowledge of your German language so that you're able to study in German, then you won't pay any tuition fees. You will just pay the semester fees, which are like 200, 250 euros per semester in Germany and in Austria. But I think that's not your question. I think your question is you would like to study in English, medicine in English in Europe. And I think we'll provide this information soon within the app because it's an important information. Um, but unfortunately, I think I'm quite sure that the cheapest offers to study medicine in Europe have been in Ukraine with 3,000 euros yearly. Very good options. Unfortunately, there's a severe and very horrible war going on there, and these options will not be available, not for now, and also not for, I fear, a long time. So I think in the neighboring countries, for example, Romania, will be the next options to go, but it will cost double. So the cheapest options that we know of are, I think, nowadays Romania and Bulgaria, maybe in some of the Balkan countries and Hungary, but I wouldn't be sure. So I think you should calculate 6,000 euros of tuition fees annually. And scholarships available. At private universities, tuition fee scholar waivers is very, very difficult to get because some of them owe their existence. I mean, it's their business model. So for private universities and basic medical education, I'd say it's quite improbable to get a scholarship, unfortunately. But maybe my colleagues know a different thing. So if you download the app and tell us your endeavors and upload your qualifications, we might easily be able to guide you through this. Is the medicine degree, Ivana, is the medicine degree recognized globally? Will the student be able to work in any part of the world? Ah, okay. That's a very good question, Ivana. Um, I'd say yes and no. Mm, because with medicine it's complicated. So if you take, for example, the German medical degree, um, you can practice with it in Germany, obviously, in all of Europe. And I think for the rest of the world, you have to always in medical education have a procedure for recognition. You have a medical entrance exam, like in India or in the US, where you can get admission as to practice as a medical doctor, but you have to go through these exams. Other countries do have certain quotas; they only admit a certain number of medical doctors and so on. So it actually depends on the country of destination. The German medical education is an entrance ticket to all international countries, but it might still not work out if you fail that very test or something like that. What I would always recommend is check the conditions of practicing as a medical doctor in your home country, because it's important that you're always able to practice in your home country. I think that's the most important thing. Even if now you might not consider this, or you might want to leave, or you might imagine your future somewhere different, I think it's always important to have an option to return to your home country. So thanks a lot for this question, Ivana. Very important feature. What is the licensing procedure to practice as a registered doctor? Well, as I said, it depends on where you studied and you want to work. So there is no general um, worldwide agreement. Let's say there are medical schools with accreditations and seals, and we would make sure that nationally, in the very country where you study, the medical education is recognized as valid. Yeah. So, for example, if you study in Germany, we'd only recommend or find schools for you that guarantee that on a national level you can practice as a doctor, so that are recognized on a national level. Within Europe, to be recognized on a national level, that usually means that you can practice in all of Europe. And in Europe, there are usually no entrance examination. If you go, for example, you studied in Spain and you want to practice in Portugal. Still, with medical doctors, it's sometimes a bit tricky, and you might not need to an exam, but you might need to do a license procedure. And the license procedure is normally just an administrative one where you have a kind of authority, where you handle in your documents your exam records, your diploma supplement, and so on, also your years of practice, the confirmation of all of this. And they'll check it and evaluate it according to their guidelines, and then normally admit. Okay, after medicine, if the student wants to go for MD or MS specialization, which country in Europe is giving this specialization program? Mm, Normally, if you graduate, the first state examination as a doctor, you can go to seek for this, how is it called? In German, it's called Facharzt Ausbildung. So it's a specialized doctoral medicine medical training. And it's usually no academic education. It's usually to get a job in a hospital and to be trained on the job. So after the first state examination, for example, in Germany, in the second state examination, you can go for a training for 2 years in a hospital. You're paid and you learn how to be, I don't know, a surgeon or pathologist or whatever specialization you choose. With dentistry, it's of course different because it's a different study track from the very beginning. So normally, I couldn't validate this absolutely for all the European countries I'm talking about, but normally this is not an academic program. It is to have the general license and examinations as a medical doctor, and then go to work at a hospital and get the specialization there with a professor that teaches this specialization. So yes, you do hear theoretical lectures and so on, but while you're employed and during your time of work. And this is the more or less the same system in all of Europe. From which year onward clinical learning will start? Normally from the third year. So there are 2 years to the so-called Physikum, where you only get theoretical knowledge, and then in the third year there will always be clinical parts. The third language will be part of the curriculum during the study period. Yes. So if you already study in the national language, obviously not, because you'll be expected to be able to interact with patients and so on. But in the cases where you have to interact with the patients in the local language, um, this is included. But I think it's more regulated by visits and local stuff that also translates. It won't mean that if you study, for example, in Romania, that you will need to learn Romanian on a B2 level um, before starting the clinical semester. Okay, are there any more questions? Okay, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give you the opportunity for 2 minutes more. Yeah, till 45, well, whatever the time zone is. I think we'll have 2 minutes more. And otherwise, we'll have a very nice closing video, a small clip for you, and we can stay in touch via the assisted mobile app that gives you access to our backend experts that can consult you if my consultation was not deep enough, or if you have more questions, or if you got interested to see what wide range of interesting options there is for you. Okay. Somehow my FAQ doesn't move on because I see that there are more questions. Okay. I got Maria's question. No, I don't know if you can see that. May I know the application deadline? Oh, Maria, the application's deadlines vary. If you are interested in a foundation program or in an admission program, but usually now is the time to apply if you want to be admitted for the academic year 22-23 that starts in September, October. So now applications should be open almost everywhere in Europe for the degrees. It's usually around April, latest May. Mm, then we have here any entrance test required for nursing program. Shara, thank you very much for asking. It depends on the program. As I told, I think Ivana or someone else in the group before. So you'd have to actually check your program exactly. Um, or you'd have to seek our help if you would like to not to have an entrance exam. My colleagues can get you a list of, and also, of course, I think our system can do that, but I'm not absolutely sure, can give you a selection of universities that do not have entrance exams for medical education. Okay. Does the lateral entry in medicine possible in European universities? What do you mean by lateral entry? Do you mean that you want to go to a higher semester? I think you mean you would like to go to study in a higher semester, right? You did already a part of your medical training in your own country, for example, and then enter in a higher semester. I think that's very difficult. Normally, it's possible for all kinds of regular or other study programs. It must be possible for medicine. I must honestly say I don't know. But normally the procedure is okay. If there is a possibility to apply for a higher semester, you handle in the documents that you have in the form that they require, and the assisted team can of course help you with that. Um, and then the person in the university administration responsible for students' admission to higher semesters approves. Um, So they check, either it's the faculty or it's someone in the central admission team, whether you got the qualifications to enter, for example, in the second year or in the third year. And then you'll receive kind of admission, a conditional admission, and they'll say, okay, these and these courses will be recognized from the first year. This course will not be recognized from the first year. You still miss it, so you still need to do it here at this university. So normally you get, we call that conditional admission. And then, of course, if tuition fees are involved, there will be a calculation of how these tuition fees are accounted. Honestly spoken, it's nothing that I would quarterly recommend, because it might cost you a lot of trouble, and finally you might need to repeat almost everything. It might though be a possibility to more easily enter. And check this with our experts, okay? It's a very good question, but also I think a quite challenging procedure. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, all of you. As I said, please do make sure that you download the app and contact our expert team, because they'll be, in a much deeper sense, be able to answer your questions than me here, sitting here, not having any access to, lists, requirements, laws, and so on. So you're cordially welcome, and I keep my fingers crossed that all of you find your way to your European university of your choice, and maybe even fulfill your dream to become a medical doctor once. All the best for that, and I say goodbye with the last short video clip for now. Unfortunately, start the video clip myself. Tech team, could you be so kind and start it? Ah, yeah, excellent. Thank you very much, folks. Goodbye.